Oh, you ain't even allowed to go to the pub. Yeah. Sitting at the pub.
Pardon?
That is stuck food.
Ah.
He's only about 12 years younger than him, doesn't matter.
That's
very
boring.
Early. He's active late.
Where are you going? Yeah. What's it like? Do you want to go somewhere to act? Act?
Hello and welcome to the magnificent Mount Pleasant for ODFA semi-final day. Terrific to be here with you. My name is Anthony Osborne, joined in the commentary box by Nick Finlay, of course, Joint Vice President and Media Reporter for the competition. Terrific to be with you once again, Nick.
Good morning, Anthony. Great to have you up here at Mount Pleasant for this semi-final day today.
One of the truly iconic venues in Tasmanian football. Magnificent spot, nestled in between the valleys. We've got the timekeepers in front of us, just looking up to the hills in admiration. Magnificent to be here. And first up on the docket, huge game between the Campania Wallabies and the Triabunna Roos. Sudden death in this game. The winner continues on in season 2026. The loser, it will be curtains as the Wallabies get the ball inside 50 nice and quickly in the direction there of Johnston. Tries to get a kick around the corner. Triabunna coming in with the supporter hack kick out of mid-air, but the mark's taken, and the Wallabies have an opportunity to go back in once again. A long probing kick towards the top of the goal square. Punch back there from Triabunna. In pursuit is Craig, tied up in the corner. Paddles the ball backwards. Strong tackle laid there by Quarrell. Umpire lets this ball just play on a little bit longer. Flynn with a looping handball out of the immediate danger. Tied up against the boundary line. Scrappy start as they just move the ball towards the boundary line there. Van Cranen involved. Tied up against the line. Ball eventually is going to bumble over and out. So great to be here for this one, Nick. These two teams, it's been a tricky year for Triabunna, but they've done a really good job to qualify for finals given some injury issues throughout a large part of the season.
Yeah, absolutely, Anthony. Yeah, look, I've just got the bare 18 players today. Not many rotations you would think, unless there's some injuries going on there. But whereas, Campania with the full 23 today.
Of course, the first of two games that we have this afternoon, Mount Pleasant taking on Bothwell a little bit later on. That game for a direct ticket through to the grand final. It's a fantastic time of the year and finals footy is in action. And the first time since we've done these live streams that we've been able to broadcast games from Mount Pleasant. So terrific to be here today. Umpire throws the ball up on the outer side of the ground. Neither ruckman able to get a clear advantage there as a dinky kick up in the air goes in the direction of Devine. He then turns tackler. Good tackle late. Umpire says play on. Ball back in the direction there of Quarrell, who's been busy early. Tied up against the line. Probing kick inside 50 now for the Wallabies. Kurt Flynn involved. The tackling gets the handball out as the Roos look to get out of defensive 50 once again. Good punch there. Keeps the ball alive for Triabunna. Campania forming a pretty good wall here at the moment, making it difficult, but that tackle was just a little overzealous. And the first real chance here for Triabunna through Wilson.
Yeah, Jack Wilson back in the side today. He didn't play last week, so it's himself and Corey Murphy back into the lineup.
Not quite the kick he would have wanted, only as far as Medhurst. Heart and soul of this Campania side. Ball comes towards us on the broadcast side of the ground. A good tackle laid. Really good tackle laid. Holds things up. That's good stuff there from Russell. Triabunna being urged to move it on here is Russell. Down the line. Good kick. Looking to build it up and turning and going now with Ash Woodhead. Go Triabunna. The ball towards 50. Player with a little bit of space. Gets the handball out to another teammate there in Gallagher. Look towards goal, but only through for a minor score. So Triabunna, one inside 50, one behind. Campania doing most of the early attacking here.
Yeah, Ben Crenna there, the coach, but ended up finding a bit of space up forward, and Gallagher there trying to go for goal, but they're on the board. Triabunna.
So Campania quickly bring the ball back in, look to cut inboard towards Medhurst. Not a kick that was overly to his advantage. Opens up a door here for the Roos. Kick towards the pocket will be over and out on the full. So the two teams just working their way into this one here. Fantastic conditions, barely a lick of wind. It's really magnificent conditions for us here.
Yeah, we've had some windy days over the years up here at Mount Pleasant. It can be, being fairly exposed, and but it's a beautiful day at the moment. And great day for semi-final footy up here.
Lehman has the ball in defensive 50. Patient kick, but that ball's cut off. Good stuff here from Triabunna, just starting to create some repeat entries. Ball goes in. A couple of hands were close to it, but the umpire's paid the mark. Good little
Ben Crennan,
lowering eyes to Ben Crennan.
Just asking about the positioning of the mark there.
It's going to be right on the paint of 50. He'll be kicky, quickly moves the ball on, sees something he likes. Not quite the execution he would have wanted. Triabunna applying some pressure here, though, keeping the ball alive. Kick towards goal. Punch away there from the Campania defender. First to it, Howard there for the Wallabies. Ball comes back inboard, and now Campania look for some overlap run to bring this ball out of the defensive end of the ground. Triabunna just heading them in the last couple of minutes. Scrappy ball at half back. Ball bouncing around, coming back in there. Medhurst once again has been busy early. So we go to the outer side of the ground towards the scoreboard. Campania just surging this ball with not great polish, but it's proving to be effective as they continue to move it on. Medhurst involved once again with the handball. Now Triabunna will be first to a really clean pick-up. Now they'll look to kick into the middle of the ground. Go to Roos, but just a little bit too much sauce on that kick. Good tackle away to the umpire. No choice but to pay a free kick there to Triabunna. Excellent tackle there from Bodnar.
Yeah, they're working really hard, Triabunna at the moment. They've hit the ground running, and another inside 50 here.
Bodnar right to the paint of 50, but that ball's chopped off. And Campania looking just to move the ball on quickly at all costs. Doesn't quite work on that occasion though. The ball's kept alive. Triabunna produce something out of this. Ball goes back inboard. Forced to do a little bit of work there. Now Bodnar involved again, but the ball just bumbling around now into the middle of the ground. Huxley, tackler on that occasion, a little overzealous, and free kick going to Quarrel. Quarrel's kick right up to forward 50. Ball still alive here for Triabunna. Clock kicks the ball towards the forward pocket. Campania first to the football, but a bit of an awkward bounce keeps things alive here for the Roos. Hurried kick away. Ball just bouncing around a dangerous spot for the Campania defence. No one able to take it cleanly. Ball still alive. Flying shot at goal. Misses to the right for a minor score.
Looks like Skiggs, I think, down there. It's going for goal. Brendan Clock, of course, their captain, 100th game today for the club, so congratulations to him. One of their star performers, and been the heart and soul of the club for the last few years.
Enjoyed some great success at the club as well recent times, as that was a long ball out of their 50, but Triabunna cut it off once again. Couple of kicks away from goal. Moving the ball on. Medhurst turns tackler, puts a bit of pressure on, kick towards the top of the goal square, but the mark's been taken. And it's going to be a point-blank shot here for Triabunna, who have just kept the ball in there attacking 50 for the last few minutes. And a chance here for them to hit the scoreboard.
Gallagher.
So already with a minor score to his name, Jonas Gallagher. From directly in front. Kicks the first goal of the day for Triabunna as Gallagher. That's good reward there for the Roos. The first minute or so it was all Campania inside 50, but Triabunna hems the ball in and gets some reward for effort.
Yeah, they've been doing all the work so far. Campania haven't really hit their straps yet, so despite that first sort of inside forward 50, but yeah, for the last 5 or 6 minutes it's all been Triabunna.
Great to have our umpires out here today. Of course, the live stream brought to you thanks to Harrison Agents, Bennett's Petroleum, Southern Midlands Council and IGA.
Yep, great sponsors, great. Yeah, we're helping out in various ways, sort of across the competition. Harrison Agents are our major sponsor, and yeah, Bennett's and IGA, and Southern Midlands Council have helped out greatly as well.
Chance here for Campania, driving kick towards goal, right to the line, missing to the left. They look dangerous though with that surge there. I think that was gone on. So they're on the board for the first time in this contest. 1-2-8 plays 1 behind. Try on the last line of defence. Kick to the broadcast side of the ground. Umpires felt something. Free kick going away with Triabunna. Dylan Russell kicks the ball down the line. Forced to turn puncher there was Bodnar. Keeps the ball alive, but now we're back into the middle of the ground. Pretty clean pick up there through the Campania player in Henderson. Ball just bouncing around now in the middle. It's hot around the football at the moment. Not many clean possessions at this stage. Classic finals footy.
These two teams, of course, played each other last week. Down at Campania, where the home side won by 78 points. Those that remember the 2021 season will remember that we actually had the finals up here at this ground, and it was the same 4 teams playing, so the same teams in the first semi and the second semi, and it was actually probably one of the upsets of the year in the first semi that year, when after Triabunna sort of won easily the week beforehand, but then Campania, led by Pope Johnny Paul, in a low-scoring sort of dour contest, sort of won by 2 points in the end. So, yeah, that was the last time Mount Pleasant played finals up here.
Umpire awarding the free kick. So doing a few of these here, Triabunna. Ball there through Bodnar. Gets the kick away just before the tackle. Running back and taking the mark there was Medhurst, who's been productive as always. Dishes the ball off to a runner. Now a driving ball up towards half forward in the direction of David Cragg, who turns and goes. Kicks the ball inside 50. Plenty of numbers favouring Triabunna, and the mark's taken accordingly there by Murphy.
Back inside today.
Almost taking the mark there was Braden Dart. Couldn't quite complete the transaction. Now moving the ball, Bodnar. Been busy. Out towards the scoreboard side of the ground. Handball comes back in. Involved there. A couple of Campania players. Triabunna continuing to maintain possession. Now a driving kick from the Wallabies towards the paint of 50. Coming over the top decisively there was Murphy. Punches it away, but it could come back with interest. It won't though. That's a fantastic tackle. And the umpire's going to play pay on.
Yeah.
Great pressure there from Triabunna.
Yeah, Alex Sweet, great tackle there on Palmer. Well, it's coming back his way now.
Takes a good mark. Looks to move it on really quickly and does well to Devine. He's urged to go. Gets the handball off to Dunn. A little bit too far out to score. A really clever lateral kick there out to Mullane Grant, who's a real sharpshooter in this team for the last couple of seasons.
Absolutely. He was taking some hangers last week, I saw. Second year at Campania. Lives locally, understands. Very much part of the team.
So Mullane Grant kicking from right on 50. Kick is on the way, right to the line. Won't quite have the distance. Mark almost taken on the line. Triabunna just paddle the ball away. Drive the ball out of defensive 50. Just getting a hand to it in front of Bodnar. And now goes back in. Flirting around the edge of the pack. The umpire spotted something. Free kick going Campania's way. Chance for to reload through Wilton. Good kick. Spot something he likes.
Sturzica.
Short kick. Might have just got on the half volley. The umpire agrees and we're going to have a ball up. So a couple of the prime movers there just starting to get involved. Forward of centre for Campania. Just didn't quite get enough on that kick there, Mullane Grant. Or he's able to do enough on the last line of defence. Tackle laid there on clock. Umpire will come back in. Of course, the Competition Association Best and Fairest night held on Monday night. Nick, a good night in Oatlands?
Yes, on Monday night at Oatlands. Yeah, Tommy Birchall won that one on 19 votes. He didn't play for the last, I think it was the last 4 games of the year, but he was able to hold on. He had Cody Morgan and Ashley Drew sort of bearing down on him, in those last few games. But he held on, and congratulations to him. And Brody Speed was the under 21 Association Best and Fairest award winner as well. So well done to him.
Absolutely, yeah. Birchall, nice reward for him. A star of the competition for quite a long period of time now. It's the two teams just working in a bit of a phone box here outside Campania's attacking 50. Stoppage after stoppage. Just tuning in. 1-2-8 the Roos. They lead Campania 1 behind.
Crowd will start building too with the second game after this one, the second semi-final between Mount Pleasant and Bothwell. So a few spectators and club personnel will start to arrive now for that one. So really looking forward to that game as well.
Just punching the ball clear and creating a bit of space to break the deadlock. David Kroger's first to it, unable to take the ball cleanly. Bit of a scrum forms on top of him. So tight around the contest at the moment between these two teams. Umpire not too happy with something. Might have been a blood rule, I think, by the looks of it. So Bodnar's going to come off, and as you said earlier, Nick, there's no one to come and replace him. Yeah. So the Roos are going to be down a player for at least a few minutes, you'd think.
They will, yes, yeah. Once Bodnar goes off, the umpire, it's already started.
Murphy competing in the ruck there. Umpire lets this roll on and we'll stop it once again. So just stoppage after stoppage at the moment.
Umpires today, on field umpires. So in this game, Darren Monks and Wayne Walker. Boundary umpires are Alex Bailey and Ryan Green. And in goals, we've got Nigel O'Brien and Dean Gibson. So thanks to AFL Tas for providing those umpires for today. We don't usually get boundary and goal umpires supplied by AFL Tas throughout the year, so it's nice to have them included in the final of the games.
Hurry kick off the ground only as far as McGee. Ball towards the Lane Grant direction, but first to it there was Flynn, who just hacks it out of defensive 50. Trying to create something now for Triabunna. Medhurst wrapped up in a big tackle there by Gallagher. Umpire says free kick going the way of Medhurst, not to the pleasance of the Triabunna faithful, it must be said. Tackle laid there and almost ripping the ball away there was Quarrel, who's also been heavily involved.
Bodnar back on now. It's been patched up by the looks of it. Couldn't see whereabouts the blood was, but yeah, he's certainly back on.
It cut him in too much. He's run the off for a minute or so, wasn't he, in the end? Neither ruckman able to get a clear advantage there. Coming through Medhurst, drives the ball inside 50. Pack's going to form, backing back and taking a strong mark there was Corey Murphy, who's been really good down back so far for Triabunna. Important inclusion. Fends the ball out wide to McDonald. Brings the ball back in. Flynn into the middle of the ground. Campania, a couple of waves of tackles, and they're awarded once again. So it's almost, this is what it was for the first couple of minutes, Nick, that Triabunna weren't able to get the ball beyond the centre line, and then it kind of went the other way for a while, and now we're back here.
Yeah, they're certainly holding their own in their defensive sort of 50, I guess, Triabunna, but yeah, just not quite getting the penetration down into the forward 50.
So Clark emerges with the football, dribbles the ball down the line, looking for a teammate. He's forced to retreat a fair way, and a clever kick around the corner. This could open things up now for the Roos. Ball in the hands of Clark. Short chipping kick there, finds Wilton, the Brock variety. Launches the ball inside 50 now, just seems to hold up a little bit. Campania with some reinforcements at ground level. Ball just pushed out of there. Umpire lets it roll before eventually calling it back. So we'll probably see that a bit with both attacking 50s, Nick. He said that the penetration, just not getting the ball too deep, really shallow entries to the paint of 50.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, this far end here about Pleasant, it's always good to make the most of the opportunities when kicking in that direction. And Triabunna will have a free kick here, holding the ball.
Yeah, an opportunity here for the Roos. Their tackling pressure has been immense, it must be said. Getting rewarded. Here's an opportunity for them as they dish the ball off. Driving kick towards goal. No mistake. Triabunna kicked their second. And after the ball had lived in Campania's half for the last few minutes, goes up the other end and the Roos go bang.
Yeah, Ashley Woodhead there getting the hands off and kicking truly from about 40 metres out. That's his 35th goal, I think, for the year. He's had a great year, Ashley. So no, Triabunna skipped away. A couple of goals there on the board, 2-2-14. Campania just the one behind.
Yeah, great finish there from Woodhead, just lowered his eyes and kicked it beautifully. So this is the start that Triabunna would have been after, especially without having those reinforcements on the bench. They've got away to a 13-point advantage, making the most of their opportunities.
Yeah, as I said, there's form between these two sides in finals at this ground in terms of upsets. So it's only early days, but they're off to a good start.
Medhurst gets the ball up towards half forward in front of us. Bottom of the pack there, Devine, wrapped up by a couple of Roos. Umpire will take it. Couple of collisions there around the ball, just trying to paddle the ball on there as Devine gets it inside 50, can't pick it up cleanly, allows the opportunity now for his teammate in the correct direction, unable to take the football, running through there, Murphy, potentially stripped of it. Umpire says play on. The Campania players did not enjoy that call one bit, but the umpire's call is for a ball up. Huxley with that kick towards a dangerous spot. He'll now compete in the ruck. Huxley and Murphy on that occasion going head to head. Hurry kick towards the goal square, punch through for a minor score.
Yeah, Brody Howard, pretty quick action there. Very, very handy player for Campania.
So the Roos to bring the ball back into play.
Got a good view here, haven't we? Anthony just up in the timekeeper's box at the Mount Pleasant ground. Nice view when the ball's up this end. And our cameraman Macca is here too, doing a fabulous job.
It's his favourite weekend of the year, Andrew McCarthy, I reckon. This closely followed by the ODFA Grand Final a couple of weeks. I think he loves the semi-finals. Couple of games as Triabunna go coast to coast. Kick the goal and the Roos are on a bit of a roll here. At Mount Pleasant.
Jack Wilson, I think that was the wizard. As I said, back in the side this week. Yeah, he's made an immediate impact.
Yeah, really good finish there from Wilson. And It's Triabunna able to really first probably play we've seen, Nick, that's been fully coast to coast. Both teams were breaking down around the centre line, but that was really good stuff there from Triabunna.
Yeah, look really good.
A good finish from Wilson.
Yeah, they've come out to play the Roos. Great to see. Yeah, they've had a challenging year, numbers wise, and yeah, they sort of only did, I guess, scrape into the top four. Only by 2 points over Oaklands. The games between Triabunna and Oaklands this year have been pretty even, really. So they've played each other twice. Triabunna won one game, Oaklands won one game, and then they had a draw at Swansea, and it literally came down to that game up at Swansea to determine the fourth place, basically. So.
From all reports, a fantastic day out on the coast as well.
Yeah, it was,
great
fantastic.
That initiative between the two clubs.
Triabunna too had to sort of, I guess, were handicapped at the start of the year by losing a couple of points due to an admin sort of matter. So, yeah, they've had everything thrown against them. So, yeah, full credit to the side to get to where they are today.
Handball back there to Quarrel, who kicks out towards the outer side of the ground. Medhurst, who's been heavily involved, shoved over the line. Umpire will call that as a throw-in. Of course, here at Mount Pleasant, you walk up to our commentary position, you see the wood fire roaring in the player change room, which is magnificent. The old school scoreboard, which in my mind should be heritage listed, just magnificent out there on the outer side of the ground. A fantastic vantage point that we have here, as you said earlier, Nick. Thank you to Mount Pleasant Footy Club for their hospitality, as this ball will be locked in on the outer side of the ground for another stoppage.
It's a great story, the Mount Pleasant story. I actually played for a couple of years up here in the early 2000s, and had a fantastic time. Mostly played reserves, to be honest. A few senior games in 2002. But yeah, we can talk more about Mount Pleasant maybe in their game later on.
I'm looking forward to hearing the greatest hits from you, Nick Finlay, of some of your best work out here on this ground as this ball continues to make its way down the outer side of the ground. A bit of a scrum forming. Umpire will call that one out of bounds for another throw in. So, apart from that coast-to-coast play that resulted in that Wilson goal, it's been a very stoppage, contest-heavy start to this game, as you'd expect, come finals football. Two really hard, tough teams as this ball's thrown back into play. We're ticking into the last couple of minutes of this quarter. Another repeat stoppage on that outer side of the ground. Just tuning in, Campania 2 behind. Triabunna with the early jump, 3-2-20. Not much of a breeze to speak of. Maybe a little bit swirly, but nothing too much.
Yeah, Campania had a 30-point lead this time last week over Triabunna at the game at Campania. So, yeah, full marks so far to Triabunna to not only to convert, but to contain the Wallabies to only 2 behind.
Triabunna again make their way up towards half forward. I heard handball goes off and the umpire's called for the Lassou free kick. So chance here for Triabunna to go inside 50 once again on the outer side of the ground. Players flooding back. A few options. In the end, not a great kick at all, out of bounds on the full. So Campania to return serve. Paul does just get stuck over in that pocket on occasion here.
It's actually a good spot to watch the game from, Anthony, down there. I said there's one car down there so far. I reckon as the day goes on we'll see plenty more, but it is actually not a bad spot to watch the game from.
Cutting the ball back in now to the Wallabies. Mark taken there by Lehman. Under duress, does well. Has the ball at half back. Couple of options on short. Decides to go pretty wide. A couple of options there. Another good mark taken, this time by Caleb Wilton. Chipping ball over the top, does well to Wiggins. So patient build up here before they look to go. Wiggins kicking the ball up to half forward. Craig does pretty well to bring the ball to ground. Huxley, ball fell in his lap. Clever little bounce over the top there to Johnston. Gets the ball onto Mullane Grant. Evades one. Mullane Grant snapping towards goal. Nails it. And the goal that the Wallabies desperately needed. Classy finish there from Mullane Grant. It all started with a patient build up off half back.
Yeah, that was the goal they needed to kick, I think, just to take some of the pressure off. Good step there from Mullane Grant.
How many goals for him this year?
This year he's kicked, so that was his 45th goal for the year. Yeah, he's quite quite the known goal kicker. He came from Bright, pretty sure in Victoria, and moved over here, and known for kicking hundreds of goals in a season. So he's been a great pickup for Campania over the last couple of years.
Great stuff in the community with speaking up, stay chatty as well. As this ball goes towards half forward, there's not too long left in this opening term. Triabunna bring the ball back out. Is there still time here for either side to hit the scoreboard? Umpire spotted a free kick going the way of the Roos. So, ball in the hands of Bodnar, who's been busy early. Chipping kick over the top. Finds his teammate, Clock, who now kicks the ball up towards half forward. As the siren sounds, that's all we have in the opening term. Campania with a crucial goal late in the piece. They're 1-8. Triabunna had the early jump, 3-20. So a 2-goal advantage to the men in maroon and white here at Mount Pleasant. The live stream brought to you thanks to Harrison Agents, Bennett's Petroleum, Southern Midlands Council and IGA, AFL Tasmania and the ODFA. Delighted to bring these two games to you from the magnificent Mount Pleasant. We'll take a short break here from commentary. Second quarter action coming up next.
It's quarter time. Campania 1-2, Triabunna 3-2.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant, the AFL Taz and ODFA live stream of this semi-final between Campania and Triabunna. At the moment, the Roos leading this one by a couple of goals after hitting the early jump. I've got the ODFA President Brian O'Reilly with me in the commentary box for a couple of minutes when he's not doing other media duties. He's been on Triple M, he's been on ABC, and we've finally got him on the AFL Taz live stream as well. Brian, thank you for your company.
Hey, haven't I put on a good day today?
Magnificent day, Brian. You are the absolute king out of these parts, and you've turned the weather on. You've turned absolutely everything on for us. It's magnificent to be here.
Yep, and good crowd building. They reckon there's a huge crowd in the Bullock Festival, and if some of them come out here, it's going to make a very big crowd. And good football all round.
Absolutely, of course. Mount Pleasant and Bothwell coming up later today as well. So one of the real highlights of the Tassie footy calendar is ODFA semi-final day with the double header. For you, Brian, another big year with the association. Obviously, a couple of weeks to go, but what have you made of season 2026?
We'd like bottom end sides to be a bit more competitive, and they're working towards it. But the highlight has been Woodsdale getting back to their home ground and the new facilities at Campania, which is all good for bush football.
Absolutely, and you mentioned that earlier. We saw Oakland's had some really good results this year, and we're only just off making a comeback to finals football. So you said that improvement is certainly coming in terms of the evenness of the competition.
Yeah, yes, if they'd won, there was a tie between them and Triabunna about 6 weeks ago. If they'd won that, they'd be in the finals. But Triabunna's progressed there, and they're doing really well at the moment.
And of course, game out in Swansea a couple of weeks ago, an initiative between Triabunna and Oaklands. That seemed like a really successful day.
Yes, it was pushed by Triabunna, and they're talking annual event, which is very good if they get it going.
Yeah, fantastic. Good to see the community fully get around that one as well. Of course, these two games here today, Brian, going in, Campania certainly red-hot favourites in this one, considering Triabunna's injury troubles and the recent results between the teams, but a really good start from the Roos.
Oh, yes. Like, being 2 goals up still, like 5 minutes in the second quarter. Yep, they've given themselves a chance.
Yeah, fantastic pressure from them being applied early on. And of course, we've got half an eye on North Hobart Oval today to see how the Devils are going. And I guess as an ambassador of the club that you are, you're spreading the word of the Devils right around the state with all your media commitments, as well as the ODFA. Kind of half an eye on, I guess, what a potential wildcard game could look like on potentially the ODFA Grand Final weekend.
Yeah, I don't want a wild card round. I want them to win one of the next 2 games, which will put them into the top 6, which means we don't have to choose between a Devils game and bush football. Even
more incentive to get around the Devils today, and yeah, certainly think we'll get great crowds regardless of what happens over the next couple of weeks. And of course, grand final in a couple of weekends. You're expecting another big crowd on ODFA Grand Final day?
I think most people know where the ODFA is, and yes, the last few years it's been a great day of football.
Obviously this afternoon, Mount Pleasant taking on Bothwell. Of course, Bothwell's only team to have knocked the Mounties over this year. How do you see that game playing out later on today?
It's a toss of a coin, and I'm very nervous about it as being a Mount Pleasant supporter. But yeah, Bothwell could easily win, and so could Mount Pleasant. So it'll be a great game of footy, I think.
Ball deep inside 50 here. It's just been played around the arc at the moment. I'll keep you just for another minute or so, Brian. Of course, guess the season and the finals, a huge thanks to the sponsors of Harrison Agents, Bennett's, the IGA and also Southern Midlands Council. How important are the roles of those companies and businesses, and obviously the council for the competition?
All those. It's not a cheap exercise to run a club or run a league. And Harrison Agents and Bennett's, which are the main ones behind us, they're instrumental in getting this live stream going and getting the ODFA. Well, there's a go.
Flying shot towards goal, just hacked out of there. The ball just living in this part of the ground at the moment, Brian, as the ball is close to coming in. And Nick touched on it the first quarter, but also fantastic to see a full complement of umpires as Mullane Grant's taken that mark right on the boundary line.
All right, I might leave you to it.
No worries, Brian.
Nick's capable hands.
Thank you for your company, mate. We'll be sure to see you around. And if you tune into any Tasmanian or national media in the next week, you're sure to hear of Brian O'Reilly. It's Mullane Grant in the pocket, shot towards goal, no mistake. So Campania finally get reward. Thank you, Brian. We'll talk to you soon. Really good finish there from Mullane Grant. The ball had just been living in that part of the ground for quite some time, and he eventually makes the most of an opportunity, tied up against the boundary line. That was an expert finish.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, second goal for Mullane Grant. So, yeah, that gets Campania a goal behind Triabunna now, and yeah, the ball can live down in that far end here at Mount Pleasant, especially on a windy, swirly day, which is not really today too much. But yeah, Triabunna are going to have to work hard this quarter to, I guess, maintain the lead and to make sure that Campania don't sort of overrun them.
Yeah, the big question is going to be that maintaining the pressure for Triabunna. They've been excellent early on, but with no bench, certainly going to fatigue quicker than their opposition you'd think. But they've making what a poster winner at the moment, including this one. Ball in the middle of the ground now for the Roos.
Brendan Clock strapped up there. They're, as I said before, one of their champions.
Clock out towards us. Woodhead unable to take the mark. Ball at ground level. He's now going to get the ball back. Already has one goal to his name. Smother laid there by Medhurst. Umpire says holding free kick. Ball will be brought back. Chance here for Campania to build off half-back Medhurst, who is just playing a very Medhurst game, it must be said. Plenty of the football and typically uses it really well.
Yeah, he's a really busy player. Loves to get in and under. Lots of sort of one percenters. Perhaps didn't poll as well as perhaps he and others would have liked in the association best and fairest, but yeah, he's certainly very consistent.
He went out to Huxley, he went off to Braden Dart. Ball now up towards half forward. Mullane Grant applies a little bit of pressure, does just enough to keep the ball in motion. Ball taken there by Dunn. Decides against going for goal, instead goes short, around the corner, only up in the air. Cragg unable to get his hands on the football. Ball just bumbling around at the moment. Mullane Grant set upon by a couple of Roos, and the umpire says holding the footy, free kick to Triabunna. So their pressure on the man right around the ground has been a real hallmark of their afternoon so far, the Roos. They've been really, really strong around the ball, earning quite a few free kicks. So they drive the ball out of defensive 50. Umpire is going to pay another free kick here. This time looks like an infringement. The ball's going back to Triabunna, so they're going to build something here off half-back. Defensive side of the outer wing, down the line. Ball just bounces off the chest there of Triffett. Right in front of the scoreboard. He's tackled. Umpire holds the whistle there for a moment, decides to keep the ball in motion, and will now take the ball in front of that scoreboard that reads 2-2-14 Campania, Triabunna 3-2-20. Wallabies with the last two goals of the game via their spearhead Mullane Grant.
Triabunna upset Campania earlier in the year when they had big Brendan Favola come down for a one-off sort of marquee game over on the East Coast. So yeah, that was an upset win. I think it was the last time Triabunna probably had the full 23 players too in their side. Since then they've sort of gone anywhere between 18 and sort of 20 players. So yeah, it's been a tough sort of few weeks. But yeah, as I said before, it's great to have them here.
And they find themselves well and truly in this game at the moment, up by one straight kick. About 8 minutes into the second term. Clock has the ball on the outer side of the ground. Kicks the ball towards 50, a big pack there. No one able to take the mark. Ball now at ground level. Strong tackling once again from Triabunna. You'd expect nothing less. As cars continue to come in here, and the crowd just starting to provide a bit of vocals as well, which is great. Bothwell, plenty of their players and supporters to our left here of the broadcast position, ready for their game later this afternoon too. So, umpire right on the paint of 50, throws the ball back into play. Wilton wins the tap. Ball bouncing around here. Good tackle laid there by Clock, who's been incredibly busy. Gets the ball back himself. Dances around a couple, Brendan Clock. Really clever kick. Lowers his eyes there to Woodhead, who's been asked to go back and have a shot. Brendan Clock, just great composure there. Got around a couple and a head full of steam, but lowered his eyes and found Ash Woodhead.
Yeah, distance might trouble him here slightly. He'll be kicking well outside the 50. Yeah, Jack Wilson, Ben Van Crennan there going for the lead. He's not interested, so he could go to the top of the square.
Woodhead going to back himself in. Long kick towards the line. It's going to be right there. Umpire has a decision to make, and the call is a goal.
Wow, okay.
Ash Woodhead says Nick Finlay. Cop that.
Stand corrected, 100%. It's hard to kick uphill here at Mount Pleasant, so yeah, well done to him.
That's a great response there from Triabunna. Brendan Clock, brilliant work in setting that up, and Woodhead, he kicks his second, a classy finish from him. And Triabunna get back out to a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, if they can keep that momentum going and go into the break sort of in the lead, or at least close to it, then they're not going away at the moment.
Their prime move is getting really busy as well. First quarter, particularly love the game of Murphy down back. Flynn always busy as well. A couple of other players getting their hands on the football. Ford centre now as well. Bodnar's going to be first to this football. Now marches back on himself. Just a scrappy little kick along the ground towards half forward. Plenty of bodies around this football. The umpire will take it back. So just outside the arc of 50, between the square and the arc. Umpire to throw the ball up. Triabunna's attacking side of the centre square. Clock, hurried kick away. Only as far as Howard, but it wasn't going to be 15. Hacking the ball out there was Medhurst into a bit of space. Foot race now. Triabunna lead that race. A little kick out under pressure towards the line, just deciding to play a bit of soccer out to the outer side of the ground. Of course, the Lassou rule is in. The umpire will call that one as Lassou. Desperate stuff on the line, but unable to quite bring it back into play. Campania with the ball at half back.
Yeah, Wilton there trying hard to keep knocking it forward, but the Lassou rule came into play.
Straight through the midst there of Devine, opens the door for Triabunna. Kick to true centre half forward. A couple of hands in play. No one able to take it cleanly. Just surging it on. A big contest here. Triffett going one way. Now Clock shoves someone out of the way. Yeah, set upon by a couple of wallabies. Good tackle there.
Very clever there from Dylan Russell. One of their generals. He's played every game this year for the club. Real clubman, and great job there.
Woodhead in the ruck on that occasion. Clever little tap to the outside of the hand. Campania. Hurried kick up. Medhurst takes it and just decides to kick it as far away from the defensive area as he can. And it works out well. Mark taken by Jalen Devine.
Love this guy, Jalen Devine. Kicked 5 goals last week. He's really stepped up this year, which is great.
Real athletic prospect, isn't he, Devine? He kicks the ball in the direction of Cragg. Umpire's going to say a holding free kick. So won't be able to take the advantage. Ball's going to come back, and it looks like it's been paid potentially down for a fit. Didn't quite see that one, Nick, but ball now in the hands of Devine, so 50-metre penalty.
Yeah, it must have been I didn't see it either, but
just outside 50. Does he have this kick in him? He's going to set himself up for it anyway. A long kick from Devine. Does pretty well with the distance. The accuracy just the only concern. Through for a point. So 2-3-15 go Campania. Triabunna 4-2-26. 13 and a bit gone in this second term. Let's Triabunna bring the ball out of defence. Kick out there in the direction. Bodnar didn't quite work out. David Cragg does well. Gets the footy. Drives it inside 50 and kicks it beautifully. Well-weighted pass. That sets up a set shot here for his teammate. Great kick there from David Cragg.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, Brody Johnston going for goals. He's kicked 60 goals for the year, and yeah, he'll be a fair chance here.
Great to see the sheep in the back paddock there on the live stream as well. Magnificent vantage point here.
Best view in the house.
Just certainly is.
Anthony.
So Johnston, I've said this about a couple of players, but a real heart and soul of the Campania Footy Club. Looking to kick his first of the contest. Johnston, kick towards goal, looks gun barrel straight. Campania get another really good finish there from Johnston. Campania 3-3-21, trail Triabunna 4-2-26, and I just love that kick inside 50 from David Crowd. He weighted the ball beautifully. Yeah. Defender in front, and just got enough on the kick to get over the back.
Yeah, very clever kick, and Brody's always a good kick of the footy too. So well done to them.
5 points the diff here. Nearly 15 minutes gone in this second quarter.
Brody was second in the goal kicking tally for the competition. We'll see Caleb Triffett later on today, who won the goal kicking award. but yeah, Brody's been right on cue with his goal kicking. Yeah, 67 is what Caleb kicked. It was sort of coming down, I guess, to the last round. Campania played Triabunna last week, as we know, and yeah, Bothwell played Oatlands, and yeah, Caleb ended up kicking a few more basically than Brody. So yeah, comfortably won that award.
Tripping free kick paid there to Medhurst, who got the ball off to Dart. Kick out now in the direction of Devine, who's getting really busy in this second quarter. He just didn't quite execute the bounce the way he would have liked there. Brendan Clock, who's been one of the Roos' very best involved. Medhurst cuts the ball off at half-back. Kicks into the middle of the ground. Ball with Jeremy Palmer. Goes inside 50. Got Cragg and Mullane Grant there. Spoiled for options. Mullane Grant just kicks it along the ground, trying to gain an advantage. And almost a crossing ball towards the box, but punched through for a minor score. So Campania get another behind.
Yeah, Ryan Sweet, number 18 there for Triabunna, working really hard. So it's great to see him back out there. He had an injury sort of earlier in the year. He's had sort of back issues since he broke his leg a few years back. So he almost wasn't going to play. So it's great to see him out there, and yeah, he's a real club stalwart.
Right up against the line here, other side of the ground. Intentionally a little bit of mayo thrown on that one there by Brody Howard. Umpire not going to bite. Might get question with that notice. Might get you the top couple of goal kickers for Triabunna this year as well when you have the chance, Nick. See what their spread look like over the course of season 2026 as this ball is thrown back into play. We've seen plenty of the football in this patch of grass so far in this contest. Handball there off the ground. Umpire's going to say illegal handball. It was a throw, so Triabunna with the ball just inside defensive 50. Yeah,
Ashley Woodhead with 34 goals going into this game. He's kicked, as we've seen, he kicked 2, so up to 36. Benny Van Cranen finds himself sort of up the forward line a fair bit too, even though he tells me he doesn't want to be out there half the time, but he's that's where he is. So he's kicked 14 for the year. Brendan Clock with 12, Dylan Russell with 15, the Wizard Jack Wilson with 17, and Jonas Gallagher with 11. Yep, nice. They're all the double digit goal kickers.
Nice spread there as this ball's gone towards the paint of 50, back to Brody Johnston, who's very similar position to that last shot, just a touch further out from goal.
Yeah, I think he's been a bit under the weather this week, Brody, so it's good to see him out there, and he's just recently been appointed coach of Campania for next season, so that'll be his second year, which is great to see.
Absolutely. Good to see him out there. David Cragg in an absolute paddock of space there, but decided to back himself in. So, Brody Johnston, great spot here on the stream to see this kick towards goal. Kicks that ball magnificently, Brody Johnston. Backed himself in and delivers in spades. Campania take the lead for the first time in this game. 4-4-28. Triabunna 4-2-26. And just starting to wrestle a little bit of control back in this contest to the Wallabies.
Yeah, great kick there, just aiming for the left goal posts, and just let the breeze do the work. So as you say, they're hit the lead for the first time today.
Yeah, so 4 goals to this quarter for Campania, 1 goal straight for the Roos. So big finish to this second quarter coming up. We've just ticked over 18.5 here on our scoreboard. How can Triabunna respond in the middle of the ground? Ball kick there from Clock, but only as far as a Campania player in Lang. Quickly moving the ball on there in the direction of Jordan Dunn. Waits for some reinforcements to come in, but Triabunna are going to win out. Gallagher, goal kicker in that first quarter, kicks the ball up towards half forward. Really clever body work. Ball goes inside 50 through the hands of Woodhead. Drop what he'd usually take. Triffett just hacks the ball away. Big one-on-one victory there for Campania. But the ball's still just outside attacking 50 for Triabunna. Umpire's going to call that a draw, and we'll have a ball up just through the hands there of Woodhead. He'd take that 9 times out of 10. Can Triabunna reload here, but that ball goes straight out and into the arms of Dunn. He didn't quite complete the mark, but he had plenty of space to work with. He gets it off to Braden Dart. Dart takes his full measure, kicks it into the pocket magnificently to David Cragg. And just heaps of room and space there for a couple of Campania players. They're able to easily get that ball inside 50 to David Cragg.
Yeah, speed into their forward line, that's the key. The Triabunna defenders not able to sort of man up too much. And David Cragg, pretty quick, nimble sort of guy, can find some space.
Yeah, and he can hit the goals as well. That's a really good finish there from David Cragg. He gets his first of the contest. He gets Campania's 5th. And the margin goes out to 8 points in favour of the Wallabies. So, just a bit of a sign there late in the second quarter that Triabunna potentially looking forward to that half-time break. They're fighting manfully here with no one on the bench, but just on that spread there, looked to be a little bit stuck. Triabunna unable to quite shut Campania down there. That's a good finish from another spearhead of this Campania outfit. A couple of their prime movers getting heavily involved.
That's it, Craig, straight off onto the interchange bench there. So, rotation is happening aplenty for Campania, but not so much for Triabunna, unfortunately. I think we knew that this might eventuate sort of at some point with fresher legs. We saw Lang on the ground now, and James McGee there as well. So
the pressure around the football has been top notch though, Triabunna. If they can keep that up, they're still going to be well and truly within this contest as they have another stoppage in the middle of the ground. Ball one down, Medhurst burrows his way in, strips one tackle. Now, a bit of a magnet there, everyone coming in around him. Have another stoppage. I tuned into ODFA semi-final day, game 1 of a huge doubleheader here at Mount Pleasant. Triabunna taking on Campania. The winner stays alive in season 2026 while it's curtains for whoever goes down in this contest, as the umpire is going to pay another free kick. This time going in favour of the Roos. Ball in the hands there of Bodnar. Kicks out to the outer side. Woodhead unable to take the mark, but does really well at ground level. Bit of an up and under kick towards half forward. Good luck marking that. A couple of Wallabies collide into each other. Player's still down here, Nick. I'll keep an eye on him as the ball now goes inside 50 for the Triabunna Roos. The football there was Quarrel. He'll be beset by a couple of players.
Yeah, Caleb Wilton there feeling the effects of that one. He's up and about now, so that's a good thing.
Wouldn't hate that though for Campania. It's 2 players just desperate to get their hands on the footy, going hard at it. Full commitment to the contest. Woodhead with a good tap down there to Clock of the Jeremy variety. Manufacturing a kick away there, Campania. Woodhead does pretty well. Kicks it to a dangerous spot. The ball lands in the arms there of his teammate. Dangerous stuff here for the Campania defence. Tied up against the line. They bring the ball back into play. The throwing free kick's been paid. Free kick going away of Campania.
Jeez, they were almost on there too. Skeggs, I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
Basically 4-on-1, and the ball just fell to him perfectly. But he was set upon pretty quickly. So bad luck.
Braden Triffett, back right pocket. Not a great kick there in the direction of Medhurst, who goes in to mop it back up. Lays a couple of tackles, does Medhurst, and a little overzealous on the second tackle. High contact free kick going away of Triabunna. So the Roos just locking the ball in here for a couple of moments as they drive the ball towards the top of the square. Van Cranen's there. So too was Skeggs. Scrapping away at ground level. Campania with some reinforcements applying tackle pressure, and the umpire takes it back once more.
Yeah, Campania just want to be careful here not to give away a free kick. It's deep into this second quarter. About a minute or so to go.
Deep in this term. Can the Campania defence hold resolute? But a free kick has been paid. High contact and expert stuff there from Clock. He just put himself in a really good position, has been rewarded, and this is a big moment in the game.
Yeah, throws himself into the contest, and yes, high tackle.
Yeah, nothing untoward. He just went hard at the ball and expertly put himself in the right position. So he's been one of their best so far. As Clock. Kick towards goal. Looks fantastic off the boot. Triabunna get the response that they needed. 5-2-32 the Roos. Campania 5-4-34. A 2-point margin in the dying embers of this first half. And Triabunna desperately needed that goal, a goal against the general run of play, but they had the ball inside 50 for a couple of minutes and made the most of the opportunity.
Indeed, yeah, just keeps things interesting. 2 points the margin. That might be the half-time margin. We're pretty close to the timekeepers here, so we'll know the second that the siren goes. But
Ollie's hand is on the trigger.
Ollie's hand is on the trigger. We are literally right next to the guys up here. So.
Expertly done there by Ollie to call time on the opening half here at Mount Pleasant. Campania 5-4-34. They lead Triabunna 5-2-32. So 5 goals to that quarter from the Wallabies. Triabunna kicking 2 goals straight, but 1 in the very, very end of the term to keep them well and truly in this contest. Wallabies up by 2. The goal kickers for Campania, 2 to Brodie Johnston, 2 to Tom Mullane Grant, and a single to David Cragg, while for Triabunna we have 2 goals to Ash Woodhead and singles to Jack Wilson, Jonas Gallagher and Brendan Clock. You are tuned in to the AFL Taz and ODFA live stream from Mount Pleasant, the first of 2 games in this massive semi-final doubleheader, with thanks to Harrison Agents, Bennett's Petroleum, IGA and Southern Midlands Council. Andrew McCarthy absolutely dominating on the camera. Nick Finlay, Anthony Osborne in the commentary box. We'll take a break here for half-time. Second half action coming up next.
Very close game at half-time.
Heads up, here we go. Trouble.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant for the start of this second half between Campania and Triabunna. An intriguing game unfolding in front of us. Campania leading by 2 points at the moment. 5-4-34 to the Roos, 5-2-32. Just wait for the Sirens to kick things off. A bit of an injury update during the break relating to Triabunna that we'll give to you in just a sec. As the umpire raised the ball off to get things underway. 5-4-34 to 5-2-32. 2 point lead in favour of the Wallabies as they emerge through the middle of the ground via Howard. Kick out towards the boundary line, over and out. Last rule, free kick, Triabunna. But yeah, some injury news coming to hand during the break there, Nick.
Yeah, Kurt Flynn's out, unfortunately, for the rest of the game. Triabunna were down to 17 men on the field. So, yeah, the numbers are not stacked against them at this stage, but they are only 2 points down. Yeah, big loss there with Kurt Flynn. He's an integral part of this team as the ball's alive here for Campania. Spiralling kick there from David Cragg through for a minor score. So, scoreboard here, just time has started a little early, but this third quarter underway here. Roos to bring the ball back into play. Murfitt. Long kick to the outer side of the ground from the kick in. Mopped up there by Lehman. Ball would have come back inside 50, tied up against the line a little bit too far, over and out. Great atmosphere down at ground level here at Pleasant. People absolutely everywhere continuing to come in with the Bothwell Mount Pleasant game scheduled for a little bit later on. Yeah, plenty of people coming in, yes, for that game. Yeah, plenty of players just milling around down below us at the moment. We're up on the first level here of the Mount Pleasant change rooms. 50-metre penalty too by the looks of that there too. And there are fire pits below us. So every now and then you will see some heat sort of go up above the camera footage. So that might be what that distortion is. It's not your internet connection. Probably the heat.
No, it's fantastic. Truly great in the country footy ground here at Mount Pleasant. Great atmosphere building as well. There's a bit of confusion between the two players, but the ball to be taken here from Campania at half back.
Yeah, it's fabulous. We could actually get a connection out of here. I know we wrote during the week about the fact that we weren't 100% certain if the bandwidth here would allow for this to happen, but it seems to be holding up pretty well. So thank you to Elon Musk at Starlink. I think that's what we can say.
I don't think Andrew McCarthy's too excited about you saying it's all going to plan. He'd be worried if something goes later on, but so far so good. Thanks to everyone for putting the hard work in. Andrew leading the charge there with support of Brian O'Reilly and the Mount Pleasant Footy Club. As that ball on the outer side of the ground, umpire lets it just go on for a little bit before taking it back. Ball up just in front of the iconic scoreboard here at Portela. Ball thrown up. Ball one down there by Wilton. Tied up against the line. Players just diving in on top of each other. Scrappy start to this second half. Just tuning in, Campania kept goalless. Only did one goal in that first quarter. It had written down as 0, but they did kick one. They were 1-2-8 at quarter time. Able to hit the scoreboard a few times in that second quarter, and there's an opportunity for them here once again. Long deep kick inside 50. Mullane Grant, great use of the body, takes the mark on the chest, and he'll kick from well and truly within his range. 20-ish metres out, bit of an angle.
Always has the socks pulled up, Mullane Grant, I find. Good look.
Great for a commentator, I'll give you that. So, Mullane Grant. Pretty elementary kick for someone of his class. He makes no mistake. He has 3. Campania draw first blood in this second half. 6-5-41. They lead Triabunna 5-2-32. Biggest lead of the day so far for the Wallabies.
Yeah, certainly standing tall, Mullane Grant, one of the older players out there. Although I heard a story during the year when they did play Woodsdale. Woodsdale did have a couple of their older players sort of come in. One Rodney Rocket Cow, who I think is slightly more senior than him, and I think he was pretty happy to see somebody out there older than him, to be honest. So
he's playing as well as ever, isn't he, Mullane Grant? He's a terrific footballer.
Indeed.
Back in the middle here of Mount Pleasant. Clock with the handball away. Wooten just kicks it off the ground. It's going to get inside 50 just here. Devine overruns it slightly. Coming back in there was Sweet for Triabunna. Laying the tackle there was Wilton, Caleb variety. Have another ball up inside attacking 50 for Campania. So with one less player on the ground and no one on the bench, there's a tricky here for Triabunna. The ball just keeps getting locked into Campania's attacking 50. They've been resolute so far around the footy of the Roos, but pressure is going to be on, and the umpire spotted a free kick there, and the pressure's rewarded on that occasion. Going the way of Triabunna inside defensive 50, and that's happening again. Corey Murphy, who's been instrumental down back for them today.
Yeah, he's been a great addition. He came into the Triabunna side sort of for the second half of the year, and been a real asset for them.
Went out to Jack Wilson, who drove the ball to the outer side of the ground. Ball now inside 50 for Triabunna. Triffett didn't quite take it cleanly. Goes back in to mop up the mess. Does pretty well. Kick across the face of goal, and now Campania going to try and get out from defensive 50. Lovely kick there. Out to coming on. Who goes short there to Dart. Has to mop the ball up. Now a kick finds Medhurst. As productive as ever in the opening half, Medhurst, a running machine. Puts the ball back in. Campania just methodically working their way down the broadcast wing. Dunn cuts it back inboard. Opportunity here. Handball went off from Lehman. Really good work there from Quarrell to get a hand in. Just break up the play. But the ball's going to come back with some interest, one would think, as Lang gets the football. Goes into the centre square and then drives it inside 50. Spoilt for choice between Huxley and Mullane Grant. It's Huxley on this occasion who takes the mark. Has Mullane Grant on very short if he wants, but I'm sure he will back himself in.
Yeah, came back into the side last week, Huxley. He was better for the run, I think. So
Dylan Huxley kicking essentially directly in front. Man on the mark is about 30 metres out from goal.
16 goals for the year.
Huxley to extend Campania's lead. Methodical approach towards goal. He loves it as soon as it touches his boot. Campania get another. And Huxley on the board for the first time this afternoon. Second goal for the quarter there for Campania. They move to 7-5-47, Triabunna 5-2-32 on the AFL Taz ODFA live stream, thanks to Harrison Agents, Bennett's Petroleum, the Southern Midlands Council and IGA.
Yeah, they will do a fabulous job, our sponsors there, as Brian mentioned before. Harrison Agents been our major sponsor. But yeah, a couple of goals there to Campania in the first sort of 7 minutes or so, and with the extra player on the field now, I think it bodes well for them.
So, clock combining there with Russell, who's the driver of the football, inside attacking 50. Triffett has to do the mopping up. Handball's interfered with. Dangerous spot here for the Campania defence. Tied up against the line. Ball stays alive here for Triabunna. Umpire will have to come in to intervene. I have to say, though, if Brendan Clock has his way and he's anywhere near the football, Triabunna are going to stay in this game. He's playing a terrific game of football, and he's just a Man possessed around the stoppage, isn't he?
Yeah, absolute live wire. Yeah, won the association best and fairest a couple of years ago.
Floating ball out of defensive 50. Mark taken by David Cragg. The umpire is tossing up a couple of decisions. The Campania fans wanted 50. Umpire doesn't oblige as Cragg kicks the ball towards the middle of the ground. Chance here for Campania to get Triabunna on the burst. Jeremy Palmer, intended target of this ball. He in the end just lets it go to his teammate as the Wallabies bring the ball up to half forward. Coming across the front, Murphy does as he's done all game so far. Hacks it away. First to the football there was the Campania player who goes back in the second time. Pressure being applied there from Triabunna.
Got on.
Ball just bouncing around here at the moment. Bit of a shirt front on the outer side. Umpire says play on. Handballed away there by Gallagher. Ball towards half forward, but again Campania with the numbers. There finds Devine.
Plenty of options in the forward 50 here, although he's picked out the wrong players.
I'm going to say plenty of options, but that wasn't one of them. Mark taken there by Corey Murphy. I don't have the stats in front of me, Nick, but I reckon he would have had at least 5 or 6 of those intercept marks down back so far today.
Indeed, yeah. No, he's been terrific. Northwest Coast boy, I believe. Sort of from Penguin Way originally.
Gets the ball out to Alex Sweet, who just drives the ball down the line. Messy footy there as Devine punches it down. Opportunity once again for Campania. A couple of players lining up for the football. Gets in between a couple of them. Dart couldn't quite complete it. Going back in there was Russell. He hacks the kick away, but it's going to come back in once again. Lang. Kick there to McGee. Keeps the ball in motion. Coming back the other way and doing really well was Bodnar, but he's eventually wrapped up. And it's going to be a Campania ball. They try and take the advantage. They do. Dart finds Huxley with plenty of space, and you can see the Campania players all getting around the tackler. Fantastic intent and attack on the opposition. It's going to result in Huxley having a shot for goal.
Yeah, great tackle there at sort of just forward of the centre square. Yeah, Huxley going for his second.
Already with 1 goal so far this term, Dylan Huxley. Spot in front of us here. Broadcast side of the ground. Huxley crosses the paint at 50. Methodical approach. Just sprays it off the boot through for a minor score. Campania go to 7-6, 48. Triabunna 5-2, 32. Can hear some pump-up music just underneath us here in the broadcast position at Mount Pleasant. Hopefully the old broadcast rights don't get us in trouble there, Nick. Crystal clear here on the stream. Triabunna have the ball deep in defensive 50. Good work there to dance the ball out. Huxley, first to the football, does really well to keep his feet. Eventually gets the kick away. In the end, a high free kick paid anyway.
Yeah, he was positioned well there to get the ball, and then Skeggs and during the clock, I think, Roland McDonald, I should say, but yeah, had to battle to get it off him.
Huxley, chipping kick inside 50 is a good one there, finding Brody Howard. So Brody Howard, get a great view of it here on the live stream, directly in front of us in the broadcast position. Just going to take a good kick from this angle for Brody Howard. Sets himself towards goal. It looks okay off the boot, but always sticking to the right-hand side for a point. 7-7 go the Wallabies, 49. Triabunna 5-2, 32. Roos yet to score this quarter. 2 goals, 3 so far for the Wallabies. So pretty stagnant in front of him at the moment here for Murphy. A couple of short leads on. He decides just to kick for distance. Going out wide. Coming across there for Campania was Henderson. Got a fist to it. Handball's back from Medhurst. Does pretty well, and awkward mark there from Howard, but does well in the end. He just kicks over the top there of his intended target in Dunn. Coming back the other way was Riley McDonald. Tackle laid there by Caleb Wilton. Umpire spots the free kick going the way of Triabunna.
Yeah, Brendan Clock again. Surprise at the bottom of the pack.
He's been prolific all game so far. Gets it off to another teammate who's been just as prolific in Murphy. Kicks out to the outer side of the ground. target there in Van Crennan. Unable to take the football. Numbers here. Medhurst involved once again. He could get the 1-2. Eventually, he is rewarded for that hard running. And he's now going to launch the ball inside 50. Lowers his eyes in the end. Coming across. Almost taking the grab there was Johnston. Umpire says play on. Hack kick at a defensive 50 there for Triabunna. Ball now bouncing around at ground level. Numbers here should favour Campania as you'd expect. Ball around the corner, just reading the drop of the ball fantastically was Jalen Devine, who takes the ball outside 50. Looks to move it on quickly, just misses Medhurst. He has time here, he has options. Handballs it back to Huxley. Huxley around the corner. Touch through for a minor score. They had players lining up there. That's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, massive missed opportunity there. Yeah, Meta. Obviously under a bit of pressure, but plenty of options around him. But full marks to Triabunna.
Huxley had a couple of options on short as well. So Triabunna defending with a lot of grit here at the moment, trying to hang into this contest. Trailing by 18 points at this stage, after controlling much of the early running of this game. Still well and truly in it, but just got to ride out this surge of Campania momentum as the ball goes out of defensive 50. The Wallabies going to bring it back in once again. Kick in the Huxley direction, a little bit out in front of him. Brody Johnston comes in for reinforcements. Triabunna with some numbers. Hurried kick away. Numbers at ground level again are going to favour Campania, working their way through hands as they now emerge and bring the ball into attacking 50 once again. Johnston out the back, waiting for the ball off the hands of Huxley. Shot towards goal, misses. So peppering the goal face at the moment here, Campania. Not quite making the most of their opportunities, I should say.
Yeah, all the action certainly is up the centre of the ground. Triabunna just struggling to get it sort of past their sort of midway sort of wing position.
Umpire lets that roll out before coming in to intervene. So 15 minutes gone in this third quarter. Tune into the AFL Taz ODFA live stream on the AFL Taz YouTube channel. Of course, Bothwell taking on Mount Pleasant later this afternoon from 2 o'clock. Medhurst plays the tackle. Umpire lets it roll. It's going to be a throw in over the line.
Yeah, I like what Wilson's been doing there. Getting in amongst it. Certainly after half time, he's had plenty of it. Giving his all for his side.
Ball thrown in, immediately a tackle. We'll have a repeat stoppage as the tunes are back at Hacker coming through our effects mic here, Nick. See your foot tapping.
Yes, coming up from the stairs down beneath us. Mount Pleasant Rooms pretty much just behind us, which I think is where that's coming from.
Braden Dart kicks the ball inside 50. 3-on-1. The 3 went out there for Triabunna, but free kick will be coming back in favour of them. They've decided to take the advantage instead. Kick out towards the outside of the ground. Free kick now going the way of Campania. Short. Good ball there to Henderson, who evades a would-be tackler. Now works his way through the middle of the ground as Andrew Henderson. Ball goes through the hands there of Braden Dart. Lets in Triabunna. Just an industrious little effort there from Quarrel to handball out in front of himself. Just ran out of tarmac in the end as the Campania players come in to split this contest, and the umpire will ball it up in the heart of the Mount Pleasant ground. Nearly 17 minutes gone in this third quarter. Umpire says play on. Just getting rid of the football there was Bodnar. Players just jumping over each other here through the middle of the ground. It's scrappy stuff. The Wallabies surging the ball forward. Palmer unable to take it cleanly. Coming through the other way. Doing a pretty good job there for Triabunna.
Found the player.
He did really well. Now's an opportunity for the Roos. Quarrel kicks it up towards half forward. Skeggs with the footy. Just drives the ball inside 50. 2 one-on-ones respectively, and that's going to be a pushing free kick in favour of Campania.
Yeah, found himself out of position there slightly, Van Crennan.
So, rare foray forward in the last little bit for Triabunna. Doesn't quite work out. And Campania will reset across half back. Jamie Dart with the ball in hands. Kicks up towards half forward. Coming across there and doing pretty well with Dylan Russell to bring the ball to ground. Campbell Quarrell's been really busy in this game as well. He turns tackle on that occasion. We'll have a stoppage. I've liked his game actually, Quarrell. He's been really industrious.
Yeah, he's done well. Yeah, he's one of the season permit players for Triabunna. Yeah, he's come up from Dobbers Ferry. He's given his all this year.
Ball here for Campania going inside 50. Caleb Wilton, but only as far as guess who? Corey Murphy.
Doing outstanding in defence.
And Murphy and Flynn back there were really good in the first half. Kurt Flynn, if you're just tuning in, out for the rest of the game after an injury in the second quarter, which is a huge blow to Triabunna. Jack Wilson kicks the handball away. Kick up towards half forward, just spilling the football. Lets in the Campania half-backs. Handball there from McGee. So they work their way through hands. Medhurst did pretty well to get to that football. Then got the ball away. Chain of handballs. Braden Dart just paddles the ball back towards Medhurst, who loses his feet. Gets it back to Dart through his legs. Triabunna around the contest, but the kick only goes as far as a player in green and gold. So the Wallabies pump the ball towards 50. A couple of players fly. Triabunna with some even numbers as Jalen Devine turns tackler. We'll have a ball up just inside, attacking 50 for the Wallabies.
Yeah, I think Triabunna are doing a great job. But they are really battling. They're getting good numbers to the ball. Doing well.
Yeah, they're not making it easy for Campania at all.
Exactly right.
Quite a few looks, haven't capitalised, and this Triabunna defence is holding up pretty resolutely as Sweet gets the ball out. And they'll look to just drive this ball down the far side of the ground now, Triabunna. Wilson, long kick, off hands. It's going to be a throw-in. So, I'm sure the message from Van Cranen at the last change, with just nearly 20 minutes, is just going to be to hang in there and stick into this game. If they can get a couple of quick breaks from the centre and kick some goals, they're well and truly in this game.
Absolutely.
It's just maintaining the intensity, maintaining the heat, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, without the luxury of rotations. But I guess if you know there's no rotation happening and you're a player on the field, you've just got to bed down, I guess, and get the job done. And
ultimately don't have an option, do you? Just got to do it.
Yep.
I think Bodnar's probably the only player who's had a slight rest. We had a blood rule reason to come off during the first quarter.
Yes.
Apart from that, they've
Flynn after half time as well.
Not able to return.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So throw in just to our left hand side of the scoreboard, other side of the ground. Umpire to take that back. Just one of your tunes down there, Nick. If the Crookers remix a bit of Kid Cudi down there for you.
Not from my Spotify playlist. I can pretty confidently say that.
Maybe Brian O'Reilly's got his way onto the Orcs. I'm not too sure. So, a couple of repeat stoppages on the other side of the ground. Either ruck able to get a clear win on that occasion. Packing the ball forward there was Bodnar. McGee turns tackler immediately. We'll have another stoppage. So, a stop-start, couple of minutes here on that outer side of the ground. As we tick into the last few minutes of this third quarter. Devine presents, unable to take the mark, but he's presenting really well for them as a bit of an option.
Really well, Jalen Devine. Yep, very impressed again with him.
Quite cat-like at ground level as well. He's really agile. So Triabunna are going to be rewarded here. And what can they produce from centre wing? High kick up towards half forward, and mark taken unopposed in the end there from Dunn.
Yeah, they've just got one or two sort of loose players in defence, making it really hard for Triabunna to sort of go forward from that half forward line.
Ball driven back down the line here, 1-on-1, and the mark's taken. Really good mark there from Wilton, I think.
Yep. Correct.
He turns and goes in the direction of Huxley. He's got Murphy for company. He does a fantastic job. Murphy spirals the ball towards half forward. Works out well to Woodhead. Real opportunity here for Triabunna. Assesses his options, does Woodhead. In the end, just kicks in a little bit of space.
For Wilton.
Chance here through Wilton for Triabunna. Kick around the body. Umpire does a fair bit of work through for a minor score. I love that from Murphy off half back though.
Yeah, terrific stuff. Yeah, no, Woody had Van Crennan sort of off to his left. sort of leading out, but unfortunately didn't see him, and it didn't work out, unfortunately.
So first score of the quarter there for Triabunna. They go to 5-3-33. Campania 7-9-51. So Wallabies bring the ball back out to that outer side. Howard out the direction of McGee. He's going to have company there in Jonas Gallagher. Able just to move the ball along here. Campania Devine just paddling the ball out in front of himself. David Craig comes in for reinforcements. Devine back to his feet. Brilliant stuff from Devine. Kick goes inside 50. Mullane Grant unable to quite take the mark. Murphy has the footy. Sprays the ball slightly out towards the outer side of the ground, and that's going to be a Lasso free kick.
Yeah.
Just to the wrong side for the Triabunna defender.
Millimetres above
the
that,
arc.
that forward, that arc 50-metre line. Jalen Devine again.
Devine pumps the ball into a dangerous spot. His target there in Johnston, unable to take it, rushing it through. The umpire says enough pressure was there through for a minor score.
He didn't do much to disguise it.
He was pretty bold, wasn't he?
Yes. Johnston in a bit of strife there. Might have got a knock to the eye.
Yeah, just holding his head there, isn't he, Johnston? We'll keep an eye on that. Of course, 2 goals in that second quarter from Brodie Johnston. So Murphy just taking his time here. He's being urged to carry on, but he's in no rush whatsoever. Eventually decides to drive the ball down the outer side. Coming across there was Wilton. Kept the ball in play. Players coming in from all angles now. The umpire will take it back. Dying stages of this third quarter. 7-10-52 Campania. Triabunna 5-3-33. First of 2 games here on the live stream. Mount Pleasant and Bothwell coming up at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, 19 points. Not long to go. 10 seconds or so. We'll be watching even less.
Siren sounds. Ollie is all over it. And that will be the end of the third quarter. 7-10-52 Campania. Triabunna 5-3-33. The goal kickers for the Wallabies. 2 to Brodie Johnston. 3 to Thomas Mullane Grant. Singles to David Craig and to Dylan Huxley. And for Triabunna, 2 to Ash Woodhead. Singles to Jack Wilson, Jonas Gallagher and Brendan Clock. So just repeating those scores. 7-10-52 Campania. Triabunna 5-3-33.
Just the 2 goals to Campania there early on in the quarter 2. It was in the first 5 minutes or so. So, well done to Triabunna to contain that. Another 6 behinds. But unfortunately, Triabunna couldn't really make use of the goals down the phone.
Yeah, 2-6 to 1 behind in that third quarter. So, Triabunna, they're certainly within touching distance heading into the turn of this final quarter. But with 1 player down and no reinforcements on the bench, they have a lot of work to do. We'll take a short break here from commentary on the AFL Taz and ODFA live stream. Thanks to Harrison Agents, Bennetts Petroleum, the Southern Midlands Council and IGA. Nice quarter action coming up next. Welcome back to Mount Pleasant. The last quarter underway in this game between the Wallabies and the Roos. The Wallabies in the box seat at the moment, heading into the final term, but both sides still with some work to do. 7-10-52 Campania, lead Triabunna 5-3-33. Chargers tuning in for the first time today. Triabunna originally just with 18 players, now down to 17, and this is a 50-metre penalty. It's going to bring Triabunna well and truly within distance of goal.
Jack Wilson, by the looks of that, going to have a shot on goal. He kicked one goal already today.
Yeah, terrific opportunity here for Triabunna to start the quarter exactly how they wanted. They kicked 3 goals in the opening term, 2 in the second, just 1 behind in that third quarter. So from the top of the goal square, Wilson, no mistake, and look at the players get to him. That's exactly what Triabunna needed to start this quarter. 7-10-52 Campania. Their lead is cut. Triabunna go to 6-3-39. And the Roos, well and truly in this contest, Nick.
13 points, Anthony. Yeah, very much so. Just not going away. Campania haven't kicked a goal since about that 5 or 6 minute mark of the of the third quarter. So it's the game's definitely not over from a scoreboard perspective.
No, certainly not. Triabunna have fought really well under duress all day. Campania probably haven't quite capitalised on their opportunities. They now go inside 50. What can they do from here? Long kick, a couple of targets are there. Huxley, David Cragg at ground level, kicks in the direction of Mullane Grant, who kicks out of air but just misses to the right hand side. That would have been spectacular, but unable to fully capitalise. 7-11-53 go the Wallabies. Triabunna 6-3-39. AFL Taz ODFA live stream thanks to Harrison Agents, Bennett's Petroleum, IGA, and also thanks to Southern Midlands Council. Johnston the target, unable to take it cleanly, or coming the other way I should say. Ball goes back to McGee, who now drives it inside 50 on his left boot. A couple of players here at ground level, including David Cragg, who makes no mistake. Clever finish from him, and he likes the celebration as well. Cragg, he gets his second. Campania get the immediate response.
Just some disposals up to 3/4 time, thanks to Ollie, just for the Campania guys at least. So Sam Medhurst with 29 disposals, Jordan Dunn with 21, Captain Andrew Henderson also on 21 disposals, Braden Dart on 14, and Joan Devine also on 14. So
looking at that, about 8 tackles as well from Sam Medhurst. That's a comprehensive game of football.
Amazing. 8 tackles. Six tackles to Braden Dart, 6 tackles also to Caleb Wilton, and 5 to Julian Sturziger, former coach there of Campania. So, great job, Ollie.
I think, Nick, you've got to get Ollie connected to your old man when it comes to stats here. He's done a fantastic job here as timekeeper. He's done a brilliant job.
That's right. Ollie might have a career in cricket statistics. I can't get the word out.
He's great to have him up here with us today as well. He's been absolutely brilliant. And that's good insight into some of those prime movers for Campania and how they've gone about their business today. As that handball goes out in the direction of Palmer. Another opportunity here for Campania. Probing ball inside 50. Unable to take the mark. Mullane Grant at ground level now, scrapping away. Huxley's there. Dinky little kick out in the direction of a teammate there in Braden Dart. Gets it back towards Huxley. Scrappy ball through the middle of the ground. Brendan Clock overruns it slightly. Umpire will come in to take the footy right on the paint of the centre square. Defensive side if you're a Triabunna player. 20 points the difference. 4 minutes into this last quarter. Clock, who's been enormous today, gathers the football, drives it out in the direction of Wilson, who's kicked 2. He wheels and goes. Jack Wilson sees something he likes, just over kicks the ball slightly. Good tackle pressure being applied here from Triabunna. Van Crandon tries to surge the footy on. McGee comes back in for Campania. The ball just pinballing around at the moment. Woodhead's involved. He lays a tackle. So too does Lee Percy. And we'll have a ball up inside Triabunna's attacking 50.
And they're battling hard. They've done well to get to this position. It's just a matter of converting now.
Woodhead takes the ball out of the ruck himself. Handballs directly to the opposition. Umpire takes it back once again. So you feel like Clock's been enormous. He's going to have to continue to be so. Woodhead is going to have to really dominate inside 50 this quarter, you'd think, if Triabunna are to get really into this game. Clock takes that mark. Chance here for Triabunna to reload into a 50. Handball off to Murford, who just drives it as far as he can. Woodhead's going to be the target, goes over his head. It was a 3-on-1. The 3 didn't quite take that advantage. Back to the last line of defence. McGee kicks out in the direction of Cragg, who does really well. Great balance to keep his feet. Palmer now turns tackler, trying to get the footy away from Lockwood. Going back in the other way was Clock. Palmer just bounces his way off. Gets it off to Lang. Cameron Lang's kick is a good one to Jalen Devine, who's been fantastic today.
2-on-1, amazing.
He gets it off to Braden Dart. Dart has a couple of options ahead of him. Kicks in the direction of Johnston.
Yeah, just had the pace there on Sweet. Was able to mark that comfortably. We'll go back for his 3rd goal.
Yeah, 2 in the second quarter. Looked a bit hurt at one point in that 3rd quarter as well.
Yeah, a little knock to the head, but I think he's all right.
So Brodie Johnston, 2 goals to his name, looking for goal number 3 and to extend the lead beyond 4 goals. And across the paint of 50 here, Johnston. Ball always looking to be to the right-hand side, through for a point.
Yeah, didn't hit it well. You can see straight away, but sort of edging out to nearly a game-high lead. I don't think we've been over more than 4 goals.
Yeah, 21 points at the moment. And of course, with the 25-minute flat quarters, just taking a bit of time with that set shot as well is playing against Triabunna. Early days of the quarter, still plenty of time to play, but all that stuff can add up come the end of the term. As that kick out in the direction of Woodhead. He's got Triverton on his heels, but Woodhead just arches the back. Doesn't quite get away though. Really good tackle laid from Triffett. Magnificent work from the big defender, Braden Triffett, taking down Ash Woodhead, which isn't an easy task.
No, not an easy task at all, but full credit there to Triffett. Great tackle.
He's a real presence down back forward, isn't he, with Marshall of that defensive unit. His kick doesn't quite go where he would have liked though, and Triabunna have the chance to bring the ball back up. Not a great kick. McGee might have just taken it on the half volley. They're wrapped up for a ball up. Not the worst result there for Triabunna. Ball just outside attacking 50.
Indeed. Yeah, the challenge Triabunna will have if they were to prevail and get through is that they're not going to get a heap of players back for next week's game, because most of the reason they only had the 18 today was because they didn't have enough players to sort of qualify, and there are a couple of players away, is my understanding, but 4 games is the number of games needed to play finals.
It's a great chain of handballs there that's seen Campania work the ball inside 50. David Cragg was involved. Now deep inside attacking 50. Great tackle laid there from Triabunna. It's going to be holding the footy. Their tackling pressure has been immense today, the Roos. They're eager to move that ball on. Brendan Clock had plenty of the football. He finds Dylan Russell by foot. And now Russell kicks out in the direction of Jack Wilson, who expertly uses his body, can keep this ball in play. He does. Doubles back and triples back, tries to get around the would-be tackler, and in the end kicks out of bounds on the full. Great pressure there from the Campania player on the other side of the ground. Really good stuff to hand Wilson in and just generate enough pressure to get that ball out of bounds on the full.
Looks like Lang, I think.
So his kick goes short to McGee. He's got a couple of options, including this one across goal. There he finds Lehman. Lehman goes short to Palmer. Palmer, told to play on, went off his mark. Kicks in the direction of Wilton, who does really well to get across and take that ball. Of course, Wilton. Caleb. His kick finds Dart, who's been busy in this last quarter, busy all day, but particularly in this last term, very prolific. His kick towards half forward, slapped away. Murford involved again, no surprises there. Johnston, unable to get it on the first attempt, tried the second. Umpire is going to pay holding free kick. He played that expertly there, Brodie Johnston.
Nearly 10 minutes into the quarter.
Yeah, time going to swiftly become an issue for Triabunna if they are to stay in this game. That's a great mark there from Devine. He looked to be well and truly off balance, but just stuck the mitts out and that ball stuck into his hands really, really well. He's shown plenty of promise today as Jalen Devine.
He hasn't found the goals yet today, but he's kicked 10 goals in his last 3 games, so he'd be keen to top it off.
Devine, that's not his best kick.
No.
Out of bounds on the full, but I think he's been really impressive today. Great composure and just great athleticism right around the ground, I reckon. So, Triabunna, as you can see on the live stream, sheep in the back paddock. As the Roos bring the ball out of defensive 50, out of side of the ground.
Classic scene from Tasmania's Midlands.
No, terrific. I think I've waxed lyrical all day about how good it is to be here, but it's just truly a
terrific,
fantastic spot to watch some footy.
Yeah, we're 15 minutes out the back of Islands. For those that don't really know the exact location of the ground, there will be a few people around that probably don't know the precise location, but yeah, certainly not in a a town as such. Mount Pleasant being a district.
Yeah, it's the beauty of this competition as well. Some truly great grounds. Great to see Woodsdale playing out at Wallaby Park again this year as well. As that ball comes back into McGee. Wheels and goes. And that left boot drives the ball towards 50. Devine tries to paddle it on. Coming in for reinforcements there was Wiggins. He's now skirting around the edges of the pack. The umpire lets this scrum just roll on and on. Huxley just got a kick away, but didn't really gain any meterage at all. Ball just stuck in that part of the ground, and the umpire will come in to intervene. Ticking to about the 12-minute mark of this last quarter. 8-12-60 Campania. Triabunna 6-3-39. Ball tapped down. High up and under kick. Coming across and taking a pretty great mark there was Dylan Russell. Good today.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Fantastic all year. In fact, for the last few years, Dylan Russell.
Russell finds Woodhead, who's a long way from home. Kicks the ball towards half forward. First to the football there is Henderson. Goes to McGee, who's been busy in this last quarter. McGee to Medhurst. Medhurst to Lang. And Lang to Dar. See, Triabunna player down there in front of play. I think it's Wilson, I should say. But in play, Jalen Devine with the ball in the middle of the ground. Kicks out in front of David Cragg, who takes it cleanly. Funnels the ball back. Chance here through Jordan Dunn. He goes to Huxley. Still a couple of kicks away from the big sticks is Huxley. Kicks towards half forward. A couple of players there. Cragg involved, so too Johnston. Neither able to take the ball cleanly. Handball goes back towards David Cragg, who doesn't get the connection he wanted at all through for a minor score. 8-13-61 the Wallabies. Triabunna 6-3-39. Triabunna defended really well, all things considered, but Campania also missed some opportunities as well, it must be said, Nick.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they haven't been as accurate as they'd like to be. They're going to face some pretty stiff opposition next week, assuming they can run this game out, of course, and which will be at Oakland's next Saturday for the preliminary final.
Infringement there, and just a little bit of argy-bargy on the far side of the ground.
Quarrel and Wilson, I think.
No real issues there as the ball goes out to Medhurst. Perhaps not as prolific in the second half, but still had plenty of the football.
Working really hard, Jalen Devine, late in this game.
Yeah, Devine's kick to a dangerous spot in front. Brodie Johnston takes the mark. So, Johnston, 2 goals so far. Had a look at it already this quarter. Aiming for goal number 3. And as we tick into the last 10 or so minutes of this final term, looking to just make sure of it for Campania. They've certainly had control of large portions of the game, just haven't quite been able to execute those last kicks.
there's somewhere to be every night of the week. Seems God ain't close as he used to be. And there's more tequila in this old town than pines in Tennessee. I ain't the man I thought I'd be. And these neon lights that keep me up got me thinking, maybe mom and dad had it right all along. We're too old to still be alone, and we ain't happy ever after all. I'm just saying it wouldn't be as bad as we made it out, living in our hometown. I miss the days that flow like the Mississippi. You find a girl and get married before you're 20. But I've been running like a southbound train, as fast as a northern summer with no one to love. And it's making me wonder if maybe mom and dad had it right all along, and we're too old to still be alone, and we ain't happy ever after all. No, I'm just saying it wouldn't be as bad as we made it out, living in our hometown. They said if you got whiskey, don't overdrink it. If you find love, don't overthink it. Just find yourself a good one, and don't you let it go. That's what they told. Maybe mom and dad had it right all along, and we're too old to still be alone, and we ain't happy ever after all. No, I'm just saying it wouldn't be as bad as we made it out, staying in our hometown, yeah, in our hometown.
difficult to keep quiet.
Indeed.
So Medhurst has the footy. Handballs it back. Tackle laid. Umpire will take the ball back once again.
Yeah, Campania have held on fairly well here, I think. They've been able to flex their muscles, and they did finish third on the ladder, and I think many people did expect them to progress through to the preliminary final. So a bit unlucky to not finish second. They sort of did drop. They lost to Botham twice, and then obviously there was the other game against Triabunna that they also lost. But look, they're doing well this year under Brody, and we'll see how far they get after next week.
Just updated that scoreboard for you. A couple of technical difficulties, but you should see now 10-15-75 plays 6-3-39. Dying stages of this game. It's been a really absorbing one, as we said, Nick. Plenty of good, hard footy being played. What can Campania do here just to put a final cherry on top? Murphy taps it away. He's been instrumental for Triabunna. Fought hard all day. Johnston takes that mark with those bright boots. He's got a couple of options, but he might just back himself in here, Brody Johnston. Already got 3 goals to his name. Had a couple of other looks as well.
The Roos have had the last 4 or 5 weeks have been pretty tough too. Like, they've had plenty of road trips. They've been to Swansea, and Bothwell, Campania, Mount Pleasant. They did have some home games sort of on the trot earlier on in the year. So I guess that's what happens with home and away season. Looks good to me.
Good finish there. So the ball went out to David Cragg, who's made no mistake. Another finish for him there. He gets his third. And Campania, they kick goal 11-15-81. Triabunna 6-3-39. Puts a bit of an exclamation mark on the day there for Campania as we tick into the final seconds of this contest. They absorb the pressure early on with the Wallabies and able to wrestle control, and in the end proved to be too strong. And that's all we have here in the first semi-final. Campania, they march on in season 2026. A strong performance. 11-15-81 to Triabunna 6-3-39. In the end, just a little bit too strong were the Wallabies. Triabunna fought valiantly without the troops, but Campania in the end just too strong on the day. Goal kickers for Campania, 4 to Moraine Grant, 3 to David Cragg, 3 to Brody Johnston, single to Dylan Huxley, while for Triabunna, 2 goals to Wilson, singles to Gallagher, Brendan Clock, and 2 also to Ash Woodhead. So Campania stay alive in season 2026. They'll take on the loser of Mount Pleasant and Bothwell this afternoon. The winner of that game goes straight through to the grand final. While for Triabunna, it will be a bit of a break before they turn their attention to season 2027. Thank you for joining us on this live stream of the semi-final between Campania and Triabunna. Anthony Osborne and Nick Finlay in the commentary box. Andrew McCarthy on the camera. Big thanks to Harrison Agents, Pennis Petroleum, IGA, and the Southern Midlands Council. We'll take a short break here from commentary. Join with us in a few minutes' time for the Mount Pleasant Bothwell blockbuster for a spot in the grand final. Thanks for your company. Bye for now.
Umpires for the next game. Field umpires Brendan Danson and Phillip. Boundaries are Luke Curtis and Sam Stewart. Damien Mansfield and Malcolm Engels are the goal umpires. Well done, guys. 20 minutes to start the second semi-final.